Most men think they know what a woman means when she says, "It's too big." But the truth behind those words is deeper, darker, and more emotional than anyone talks about. And today, we are exposing the secret women are too embarrassed to explain. There's a moment almost every man fears. A moment so confusing, so unexpected, that it can damage a man's confidence for years. No, wait, stop, it's too big. Some men hear those words and feel proud for a second. Others feel rejected, confused, or even ashamed. But what if I told you that most of the time, those words have nothing to do with size at all? This is not what you think it is. Behind those four simple words, "it's too big," there is a psychological truth, a biological truth, a trauma truth, and a relationship truth that most men never hear about, because nobody tells them. Millions of men misunderstand the moment a woman says it. They don't know what is happening inside her mind, inside her body, or the memories she may be trying to escape. So today we're going deeper, emotionally, physically, and psychologically. Today, you'll finally understand the real reason she says, "It's too big." And trust me, it is not what you think. Hi, I am Dr. Dixon. You are welcome back to Info Hub today, your #1 source for human behavior, intimacy, psychology, and health insights. Today's video is one of the most important we've ever made, because for many men, this single sentence, "it's too big," has destroyed confidence, created anxiety, and broken relationships. While for many women, it's a cry for help, a boundary, a warning, a signal of fear, or sometimes a test. You're about to learn the truth behind it all. But first, let's go deep into the psychology of what actually happens in those moments. "It's too big" rarely means what you think. Most men hear "it's too big" and instantly translate it to, "She thinks I'm huge. I'm hurting her. She's not ready. She's scared." Or worse, "She's lying." But emotionally, the phrase has 6 different meanings, and size is usually the least important one. Let's break down the emotional versions first. 1. She's anxious, not physically uncomfortable. Many women say "it's too big" when they actually mean, "I'm not mentally relaxed yet. I'm overthinking everything. I'm scared I won't enjoy it." An anxious female body automatically tightens, dries out, and becomes overly sensitive. This has nothing to do with a man's size. This is psychological tension, not physical pain. 2. She's trying to slow the pace. Women are paced differently. Men get ready physically first. Women get ready mentally first. So "it's too big" often means, "Give me more time to feel safe. Slow down. My body isn't aligned with my mind yet." That's not rejection. That's communication. 3. She's experienced pain before. This is a big one. A woman who has ever experienced rough previous partners, medical conditions like vaginismus, past trauma, emotional discomfort, trust issues, will instinctively say "it's too big" as a protective reflex. It's not about you. It's about her nervous system protecting her. 4. She doesn't want to hurt your confidence. Women know "it's too small" destroys men, but they also know "it's too big" can boost men. So some women use it as a shield to say, "Let's take it slow without making you feel bad." It's a way of protecting your ego while protecting her comfort. 5. She's not emotionally connected yet. When a woman is not emotionally aligned with a man, her muscles tighten. Her sensitivity increases. Her body becomes less receptive. So she says "it's too big" to avoid discomfort, emotional and physical. 6. Sometimes, yes, it physically feels too big. Not because you're a giant, but because she's not aroused enough. She's dry. Hormones are off. Her cycle makes her more sensitive. She's scared. She's unprepared mentally. Even an average size can feel overwhelming in the wrong emotional or hormonal moment. Why her body reacts the way it does? To understand the real reason behind the phrase, you must understand female anatomy, hormones, and neurobiology. Let's break it down simply and clearly, because no one teaches this part. The female nervous system is different. When a woman is nervous, scared, or emotionally disconnected, her pelvic floor tightens, her vaginal canal narrows, lubrication decreases, muscles spasm. This makes everything feel bigger than it really is. This is why an average size can feel like a monster when her mind is tense. Arousal takes longer than men think. Men get aroused in seconds. Women need emotional buildup, safety, comfort, touch, sensory stimulation, trust, time. Without this, her brain sends the message, "Don't let anything in yet." So she says, "It's too big." That's her brain speaking, not her body. The stretch reflex effect. When she's not ready, her muscles grip tighter. This creates friction. Friction creates discomfort. Discomfort creates pain. Pain triggers fear. Fear makes her say, "Stop, it's too big." This is basic physiology, not rejection. Vaginal depth changes with arousal. This is something men don't know. A woman's internal depth expands by 30 to 50% when fully aroused. When she's not aroused, she's physically shorter inside. So again, it's too big means my body isn't prepared yet. The trauma factor, a very real reason that most men never consider. One of the darkest, most sensitive reasons she says it's too big is trauma. Not all trauma is sexual. Sometimes it's emotional, relationship trauma, or even childhood fear of intimacy. Trauma causes overthinking, muscle tension, sensory shutdown, fear responses. A woman who has experienced trauma, physical or emotional, may automatically say, "It's too big." What she actually means is, "I don't feel safe yet. Give me more time. Ease me into trust." This has absolutely nothing to do with you or your size. When it's too big is a sign of emotional disconnect. How unspoken emotional walls create physical resistance. Here's the part most men never understand. A woman's physical reactions are often reflections of her emotional state. When she says it's too big, she might actually be saying, "I'm not emotionally open to you right now." Let's break this down, because it's one of the most powerful truths you'll ever learn. 1. When she doesn't feel emotionally safe, her body closes. This is not symbolic. It's literal biology. When she feels judged, rushed, insecure, criticized, unattached, overwhelmed, disconnected, her pelvic floor muscles automatically contract. It's an involuntary protection mechanism. Her body is saying, "Not yet." 2. Emotional timing does not equal physical timing. Most men assume if she's kissing, if she's touching, if she's making sounds, if she's saying yes, she must be physically ready. But women often go along emotionally before their bodies catch up. This is why she says, "Slow down. Wait. It's too much. It's too big." Not because of size, but because her emotions outran her biology. 3. She may be mentally excited, but physically stressed. Many women want intimacy, but still struggle to relax enough to enjoy it. This can happen when she's stressed from work, family, social pressure, body insecurities, hormonal changes, social anxiety, performance anxiety, fear of being judged, fear of disappointing you. She's mentally, yes, but physically not yet. Her body will always protect itself first. 4. She might be afraid of disappointing you. This is a big one. Women, especially sensitive, caring women, often fear making a man feel like he's hurting her, making him lose confidence, making the experience awkward. So instead of saying, "I'm not ready yet," she says, "It's too big," because it sounds like a compliment, even though she's saying it out of fear. When she uses "it's too big" as a defense mechanism, not all defenses are negative, some are survival tools. Sometimes, a woman uses "it's too big" to protect herself from emotional vulnerability. Here are the psychological categories. 1. The fear of intimacy response. Some women genuinely struggle to trust, open up, be emotionally naked, surrender emotionally, be vulnerable. For these women, physical intimacy feels too intense because emotional intimacy feels dangerous. "It's too big" equals "this is too intimate right now." 2. The "I don't want to go further yet" response. Sometimes she wants intimacy but not penetration. So she uses size as an excuse because it avoids conflict. Women often say, "I'm not ready yet." But many men hear, "Why? What's wrong?" So instead, she uses the phrase that shuts down the conversation safely. "It's too big." 3. The "I need more connection first" response. For some women, penetration without emotional closeness feels overwhelming, meaningless, disconnected, uncomfortable. When she needs more, affection, kissing, bonding, loving energy, reassurance, emotional presence. As she may describe the physical as too intense, this is not rejection. It's a request for connection. 4. The I'm testing your sensitivity response. Women often test men unconsciously. She wants to see if you slow down, if you panic, if you get angry, if you become insecure, if you stay gentle, if you respect boundaries. When a woman says it's too big, she watches your reaction carefully. If you act proud, rush more, ignore her pain, get offended, push forward, brag or joke, she emotionally disconnects. But if you slow down, breathe, become gentle, communicate softly, show concern, stay confident, her body opens. A woman's body responds to emotional safety more than physical stimulation. The biology of opening up, the part almost no man understands, but every woman feels. Now we go deeper into biology, the science of opening. Women are not ready or not ready like a switch. Their readiness is a process, not a state. There are 4 stages. Stage 1, muscle tension. At this stage, the pelvic floor is tight. The vaginal canal is narrow. Lubrication is minimal. Pain is likely. Anxiety increases. Everything feels too big at this stage. An average man feels like a giant. A larger man feels impossible. Stage 2, partial opening. This happens when she's mentally relaxed. She feels emotionally safe. Foreplay has lasted long enough. At this stage, sensitivity drops. Penetration becomes easier. Her body starts to accept movement. She feels warmth instead of tension. It's too big becomes less likely here. Stage 3, full arousal expansion. Few men realize this. But when a woman reaches deep arousal, her body expands in depth, expands in width, relaxes internally, increases lubrication dramatically, reduces discomfort, increases pleasure sensitivity. A woman can handle far more than she thinks, but only at this stage. This is when it's too big transforms into don't stop. Stage 4, complete surrender, pleasure override. This is the deepest stage of intimacy. When a woman reaches full emotional plus physical plus mental alignment, she stops resisting. Her body fully opens. Pain disappears. Her muscles accommodate movement. The pleasure signal overrides fear. Her sensitivity becomes highly pleasurable. At this stage, even a man who is genuinely large becomes enjoyable, not painful. This is the stage most men never reach with a partner, because they rush. The role of trust. This factor matters more than any physical attribute. Men often think, is she scared of the size? But the real question is she safe with you? A woman's body reacts to a man's energy more than his physical characteristics. When she trusts you, she relaxes. She opens faster. She communicates. She enjoys deeper intimacy. She stops resisting. When she doesn't trust you, she tenses. She closes. She overthinks. She fears pain. She says, it's too big. Trust changes everything. When it's too big is actually a compliment. Not all uses of the phrase are negative. Yes, sometimes she means it in a good way. Some women say it's too big playfully or teasingly because they enjoy your confidence, your size, your reaction, your pleasure, feeling desired, feeling overwhelmed in a good way. But even then, it doesn't mean painful. It means I love how intense it feels. Women often express pleasure using exaggeration. It's too big can mean, you feel amazing. This is intense. I didn't expect this. I like this a lot. But this version sounds different. Her tone is playful, breathy, or excited, not fearful. The 5 types of women who say it's too big. Each type has unique psychology, fears, desires, and triggers. Not all women say the phrase for the same reason. There are 5 major categories, and understanding them makes you more emotionally intelligent, patient, and confident. Let's break them down. Type 1, the sensitive nervous system woman. Some women are born with high sensory awareness, more sensitive nerve endings, low pain threshold, emotional hyperattunement, stronger pelvic reflexes. For these women, even average size feels a lot. Deep thrusting feels overwhelming. Width feels intense. But with patience, emotional connection, and slow buildup, they become some of the most passionate and responsive partners. They simply warm up slower. It's too big equals my body just needs more time. Type 2. The trauma-triggered woman. These women carry wounds from past partners, rough experiences, pressure, invasion of boundaries, emotional manipulation, actual physical trauma. They may freeze, tighten, dissociate, fear pain, overthink. This response is not about size, it's about safety. It's too big equals I need emotional protection right now. Type 3. The emotionally disconnected woman. This is common in early dating, situationships, relationships with tension, moments of emotional distance. When she is not emotionally connected, her body refuses to open. Not because she doesn't want you, but because she's unsure about how she feels. It's too big equals I'm not mentally and emotionally aligned yet. Type 4. The woman who loves intensity. This woman is the opposite. She enjoys deeper sensations, stronger stimulation, intensity, full body responses, overwhelming pleasure. When she says it's too big, she's often being playful, teasing, or expressing excitement. How you know? Her voice sounds like this: breathy, playful, flirty, energized. It's too big equals it feels amazing. Type 5. The performance-anxious woman. This woman worries about her body, her appearance, her scent, her movements, her pleasure sounds, disappointing you. She fears being judged. Her anxiety creates tension. Tension creates sensitivity. Sensitivity creates discomfort. It's too big equals I'm overthinking everything, help me relax. How women really experience pain. Pain during intimacy is very misunderstood by men. Pain is not the same for women as it is for men. To a woman, discomfort feels deeper, sharper, more emotional, more sensitive, more personal. Why? Because the female body is neurologically wired to respond to vulnerability. There are 3 types of pain. Type 1, surface pain, burning or stinging, caused by lack of lubrication, anxiety, dryness, friction, wrong angle, insufficient warm-up. This is the most common. Type 2, deep pain, pressure or poking sensation, caused by hitting the cervix, wrong angle, short vaginal canal, deep thrusting when she's not fully opened, hormonal changes, for example, around menstruation or ovulation. It's too big is often code for you're hitting too deep, too fast. Type 3, emotional pain. This is overlooked. Emotional discomfort activates physical pain receptors. If she feels disconnected, insecure, pressured, judged, misunderstood, her body reflexively tightens, making everything feel too much. Sometimes, the pain is emotional but feels physical. The role of angles. A man can feel too big in one angle and perfect in another. Most men don't know this, but size is dramatically influenced by angles. The same man can feel painful in one angle, amazing in another, overwhelming in another, barely noticeable in another. Here's why. 1. The cervix angle is different for every woman. Some women have high cervixes, low cervixes, tilted cervixes, side-angled cervixes. If you hit the cervix too early, she says, it's too big. But the real meaning is, you're hitting the wrong spot. 2. The upward angle effect. When you angle upward during penetration, you may unintentionally hit her cervix. This feels sharp and painful. It's too big in this case means you're pressing into the wrong direction. 3. The downward angle effect. Downward angles may create friction instead of depth. This can feel hot, burning, dry, scraping. Again, she'll say, it's too big, because that's an easier explanation than you're angled too low. 4. The perfect angle zone. When you hit the perfect angle, pleasure intensifies, depth increases, pain disappears, her muscles relax, her arousal skyrockets. Suddenly, the same size that hurt before feels incredible. It's too big completely disappears when the angle matches her body. The hormone factor. Women's bodies change week by week and men don't know it. Hormones dramatically affect sensitivity, depth, pain tolerance, lubrication, arousal timing. There are 4 phases. Phase 1, Menstrual phase. During and right after menstruation, many women experience tenderness, low lubrication, emotional sensitivity. Even normal size may feel uncomfortable. It's too big has nothing to do with you. Her body is simply more sensitive. Phase 2, post-menstrual phase, peak comfort. This is when many women feel most comfortable, most open, least sensitive, most aroused naturally. During this phase, her body can accommodate depth more easily. You all hear less of, it's too big. Phase 3, ovulation phase, peak sensitivity. Many women feel extra sensitive around ovulation. It can feel intense, overwhelming, deeper than usual. Even emotionally, many women feel more vulnerable, more easily overwhelmed. It's too big can be triggered simply by heightened sensory awareness. Phase 4, premenstrual phase, PMS sensitivity. During this stage, pain tolerance drops. Emotions heighten. Anxiety increases. Lubrication may decrease. This is one of the most common times she says, "It's too big." But again, not because of you, because of hormones. When her mind says yes, but her body says no. The psychological physical conflict most men never hear about. One of the least understood truths about female intimacy is this: a woman can want you deeply and still feel pain. She can be fully attracted to you and still tense up. She can be mentally ready, but physically closed. Why does this happen? 1. The mind-body disconnect. Women experience arousal from emotion, connection, atmosphere, touch, safety, energy. But their bodies physically open only when muscles relax, nerves calm, breathing slows, lubrication increases, estrogen rises, pelvic floor releases. If these two systems aren't synchronized, she experiences conflict. I want this, but it feels too intense. It's too big becomes the simplest explanation. 2. Overthinking instantly closes the body. A woman's mind can spiral fast. What if it hurts? What if I'm not ready? What if he judges me? What if it's awkward? What if I'm not tight enough? What if I don't please him? Her thoughts tighten her muscles in milliseconds. To a woman, overthinking equals physical tension. Tension makes everything feel bigger. 3. She wants pleasure, not pain. Women are pleasure-driven in a very specific way. They want warmth, depth, connection, rhythm, emotional consistency, gradual intensity. What they fear is pressure, force, sudden movement, unexpected pain, emotional disconnect. When she fears pain, she says it's too big before the pain begins. She's protecting her pleasure, not rejecting you. The psychology of feeling overtaken, the subtle fear that often hides behind the words. Most men never realize this. Intimacy is one of the few moments in life where a woman feels physically overpowered, even with someone she trusts. This loss of control sensation can feel thrilling, overwhelming, scary, intense, deeply vulnerable. Depending on her personality and trauma history, this can trigger two very different responses. 1. Some women get more aroused. These women enjoy the sensation of intensity, surrender, emotional closeness, deep connection, being desired, being taken in a loving way. It's too big becomes playful energy. 2. Other women get scared or overwhelmed. These women fear losing control, pain, being exposed, disappointing their partner, emotional vulnerability, repeating a bad experience. Their bodies tense instantly. It's too big becomes, this feels like too much emotionally right now. Her body remembers everything. You are not only dealing with her current emotions, you are dealing with her history. Women store emotional experiences in their nervous system, their pelvic floor, their breathing patterns, their emotional body. Her body remembers her best experiences, her worst experiences, her fears, her pleasures, her trauma, her trust, her shame, her insecurities. So when she says, "It's too big," you might actually be touching a memory, a fear, a past wound, a painful association, an old belief, a deep vulnerability, even if you did nothing wrong. This is why patience is not just loving, it is therapeutic. What men do that accidentally makes her say it more. Unaware men make intimacy 10 times harder without realizing it. Many men unintentionally increase her discomfort. Let's break down the most common mistakes. 1. Rushing foreplay. Women need 8 to 25 minutes of build-up, depending on stress, comfort, and connection. Many men give 2 to 4 minutes. Rushing makes her say, "It's too big," because her body isn't ready. 2. Being too eager. Men who rush to penetrate create pressure, not pleasure. When you move faster than her arousal curve, she feels tense, overwhelmed, dry, unprepared. Her reflex is, "It's too big." 3. Poor angle control. If your angle is off, cervix hits, scraping, friction, pressure. Even average size will feel overwhelming. 4. No communication. Women open with communication. When a man is silent, she feels unsure, unconnected, emotionally distant, nervous. Anxiety equals tightness. Tightness equals it's too big. 5. Insecurity energy. If you seem nervous, overly proud, performance-focused, trying too hard, afraid to disappoint, she feels pressure instead of connection. Pressure tightens her body instantly. 6. Bragging or joking about size. This is one of the biggest mistakes. If you talk about, "I'm big, most women can't handle me," you'll feel this one. You trigger fear, pressure, expectation, anxiety. Guess what she'll say? "It's too big," because you planted the idea in her mind. How to respond when she says it. This moment makes or breaks the entire experience. Most men freeze, others act offended. Some take it as a compliment. But the correct response is a blend of confidence, softness, leadership, emotional awareness. Here is exactly what to do. 1. Slow down immediately without looking worried. A simple, "It's okay, we go at your pace," melts her tension instantly. 2. Keep physical contact without pressure. Touch her hips, waist, thighs, or back lightly. This keeps connection while removing intensity. 3. Lower your voice. Say something like, "Just breathe with me. I'm right here. You're safe. We'll go slow." A woman's body opens to calm energy. 4. Deepen emotional presence. Look into her eyes. Match her breathing. Touch gently. Her body will relax. 5. Let her guide the pace. Say, "You tell me what feels good." Giving her control increases trust dramatically. Once she relaxes, she opens naturally. The fear she never says out loud. Let's go deeper. Because behind the soft voice that says it's too big, there is often a fear she's too embarrassed to admit in any relationship. A fear she learned to bury. A fear shaped by past partners, past pain, past comments, past experiences, and past regrets. A fear that lives quietly beneath her smile. A fear that says, "What if I disappoint him?" You see, nobody really talks about the performance pressure women face. Society paints men as the only ones who fear not being good enough. But for many women, intimacy feels like being put under a microscope. She wonders, what if I'm not experienced enough? What if he thinks my body is strange? What if I can't handle him and he gets annoyed? What if he thinks something is wrong with me? When she says it's too big, it can be a shield, a way of saying, "I don't want to fail in front of you." This fear is powerful enough to shut down desire, create tension, or even trigger physical tightening from anxiety alone. And that's something most men never realize, how her body remembers everything. Women's bodies remember, even when their minds try to forget. Every stressful experience, every uncomfortable encounter, every moment where she felt unsafe, pressured, or unprepared leaves a mark, not just emotionally but physically. The pelvic floor is deeply connected to the nervous system. When she feels fear, shame, pressure, or embarrassment, her body can respond with reflex tightening, reduced natural lubrication, protective tensing of the muscles, pain even before anything happens. Not because she doesn't want you, but because her body is doing what it learned long ago, protecting her. So sometimes when she says it's too big, she might actually be saying, greater than "my body isn't ready yet, I need more time." Trust and gentleness. This is why understanding her, not pushing her, is the real key to solving the issue. When her mind wants you but her body freezes, One of the most misunderstood experiences women have is the split between mental arousal and physical readiness. Psychologists call this arousal non-concordance. It simply means she can be mentally excited, attracted, and turned on, but her body might not respond instantly. This disconnect can make her panic. She thinks, why isn't my body reacting? What if he thinks I'm not attracted to him? What if he gets frustrated? What if this ruins the moment? And suddenly, her brain goes from excitement to pressure, to worry, to tension. And tension creates resistance. Resistance makes penetration feel uncomfortable. Uncomfortable quickly becomes painful. Pain becomes fear. And fear forces the words out of her mouth. It's too big. Even though the real issue is that her mind and body are not aligned yet. The power of slow. Here's something most men don't realize. Women's bodies are like musical instruments. If you rush, it sounds wrong. If you warm it slowly, it becomes art. A woman's body is designed to open gradually, with safety, trust, and time. When she says it's too big, what she truly needs is a slower pace, more emotional connection, extended foreplay, gentler buildup, a calming environment, reassurance instead of pressure. Slowness doesn't make the moment less passionate. Slowness makes the moment unstoppable. Slowness melts fear, relaxes the mind, softens the muscles, and increases lubrication naturally. Slowness tells her, you're safe with me. There's no rush. Your comfort matters. And that alone can transform her entire experience. A practical truth most men never hear. Let's get real. When she says it's too big, she's almost never talking about actual size. She's talking about her emotional readiness, her physical comfort, her mental relaxation, her trust level, her body's natural pace, and whether she feels safe enough to fully open. Because the female body can adapt far more than most people understand. Science is clear. Women can comfortably accommodate size when they're mentally and physically prepared. So the problem isn't the size. It's the timing. It's the pressure. It's the fear. It's the rush. And when you remove those barriers, everything changes. A story she'll never tell you, but you need to know. Let me paint a picture, because this scenario happens more than you think. A woman lies there with her partner, wanting the moment to be passionate and beautiful. But inside her mind, she's racing. She's thinking, I hope this doesn't hurt again. I hope he goes slow this time. I hope he understands my signals. I hope he doesn't think I'm rejecting him. But she doesn't want to kill the mood. She doesn't want him to think she's not attracted. She doesn't want him to feel insecure. So she forces herself to pretend she's ready, even when her body isn't. And then, when the discomfort hits, even slightly, she panics. She feels embarrassed. So instead of explaining the real truth, she uses the socially acceptable phrase, it's too big. Not because she's blaming him, but because it's the easiest way to avoid deeper embarrassment. This is why communication, patience, and gentleness matter far more than size or technique. Men who understand this secret have amazing relationships. Here's the truth. The men who understand what you're learning right now, they become unforgettable to women because they approach intimacy differently. They understand her body. They read her signals. They move with patience. They create emotional safety first. They don't take her words personally. They don't feel attacked or rejected. They understand that trust opens her body faster than anything else. They create an environment where she feels relaxed, unjudged, unpressured, understood, protected, and deeply connected. And once a woman feels that, she stops saying it's too big, because now she knows she's safe enough to fully open. What she feels but can't explain. Most men never hear this part. Women instinctively feel things during intimacy that they often struggle to explain in words. They feel pressure before pain, tension before tightness, fear before discomfort, guilt before speaking up. When she says, it's too big, it's often not about the physical size at all. It's about the emotional weight the moment carries. She may be trying to tell you, I'm nervous. I don't want to be hurt. Please go gently with me. I need you to be patient. I need you to make me feel safe. Her body reacts faster than her words can communicate. And that's why understanding her unspoken language is the real skill. The difference between pain and fear. Women often mistake fear for pain. Here's why. When she becomes anxious, her brain sends signals through her nervous system that contract the pelvic floor muscles, the exact muscles involved in the experience. This tension creates a closed feeling. That closed feeling creates resistance. Resistance creates discomfort. Fear amplifies everything. And suddenly, even a gentle touch feels overwhelming. So when she says, "It's too big," what's happening in her body might actually be tension, stress, worry, anticipation of pain, fear of disappointing you, fear of messing up, or fear of being judged. Fear tricks the body into experiencing pain, even when nothing is physically wrong. This is why emotional safety and patience are more powerful than physical technique. The myth of just relax. Most women hate hearing the words, "just relax." Why? Because relaxing is not something you tell the body to do. It's something the body learns to do when the environment feels right. You cannot force relaxation. You create it. You build it. You earn it. Her body relaxes when the room feels comfortable. The lighting feels calming. The energy feels warm. She feels unjudged. She feels confidently desired. She feels you're in tune with her. She feels no pressure to perform. Relaxation is not an instruction. It's a response. A response to connection, communication, and emotional safety. Her body speaks a language you must learn. If you want the truth, here it is. Women's bodies speak long before their lips open. And she will show signs of being ready long before she will say it out loud. Signs like deeper breathing, softened shoulders, relaxed hips, natural lubrication, subtle arching, gentle responsive movements, warm skin tone, soft vocal cues. These signals are her body saying, "I trust you. I feel safe. I'm open." When these signals are absent, her saying, "It's too big," is simply the verbal version of her body whispering, "I'm not ready yet." The pressure men never talk about. Let's switch perspectives for a moment. Men also face pressure. Huge pressure. Rarely acknowledged. Pressure to perform. Pressure to be enough. Pressure to satisfy her every time. Pressure to read her body perfectly. Pressure to be confident and gentle at the same time. Pressure to never show insecurity. So when she says, "It's too big," some men hear, "You're hurting me. You're doing something wrong. You aren't good at this." And that can sting. But here's the truth. She isn't criticizing you. She isn't undermining your masculinity. She isn't trying to make you insecure. Most of the time, she's talking about herself, not you. Understanding this frees both of you from unnecessary tension. Why some women feel tighter when they're afraid. Many men think a woman being tight is always a good sign. But the pelvic floor is part of the body's fight or flight system. Fear equals tightening. Stress equals tightening. Pressure equals tightening. Embarrassment equals tightening. Shyness equals tightening. Uncertainty equals tightening. This tightness is the body's protective reaction, not arousal. So tightness can sometimes mean, "I'm scared," not, "I'm excited." And when she feels tight from fear, even normal size feels too big. This is why warm-up, emotional connection, and patience are essential. A woman's body is not a switch, it's a sequence. Men get aroused like a light switch, quickly and predictably. Women get aroused like a sequence of events. If any step in the sequence is missing, rushed, or ignored, the entire system pauses. Her sequence usually looks like this. 1. Emotional comfort. 2. Mental relaxation. 3. Feeling desired. 4. Feeling safe. 5. Physical warming up. 6. Slow stimulation. 7. Full body arousal. 8. Readiness and opening. Skip any stage, and she's likely to say, "It's too big." Not because it is, but because the sequence wasn't completed. Once you understand her sequence, you unlock a level of intimacy most men never experience. The moment she feels safe, everything changes. Safety is the most underrated form of intimacy. When a woman feels safe, her breathing slows, her muscles soften, her mind unclenches, her body opens naturally, her confidence rises, and her fear dissolves. Safety is not just physical, it's emotional. It's the feeling that says, He's not judging me. He's not rushing me. He cares about my comfort. He's paying attention. We're in this together. When that emotional safety is in place, something incredible happens. Her body adapts effortlessly. Her tension melts. Her sensitivity heightens. Her pleasure increases. And the phrase, "it's too big," slowly disappears. Because now, her body trusts you enough to open fully. What trust actually does to her body. Trust is not just an emotion, it is a biological state. When she trusts you completely, her body releases oxytocin, the bonding hormone, dopamine, the pleasure chemical, endorphins, natural pain relievers, serotonin, calming, soothing hormone, nitric oxide, helps tissue relax and open. These chemicals increase lubrication. At the end of the day, when a woman says, "it's too big," she's not attacking you, she's not rejecting you, and she's not trying to hurt your ego. She's expressing the one thing most of us forget to pay attention to: her comfort, her safety, her emotional readiness, her mental state, her trust in you. Because intimacy is not about size, it's not about performance, it's not about pressure, it's not about perfection. It's about connection. A woman's body will open when her mind feels understood. Her desire grows when she feels seen and valued. Her pleasure deepens when she doesn't feel rushed or judged. And her fears fade when she knows she is safe with you. So the next time you hear those words, "it's too big," don't hear them as a rejection. Hear them for what they truly are: a request for patience, a request for gentleness, a request for understanding, a request for closeness, a request for partnership. Because real intimacy isn't measured by size, it is measured by how deeply you care for the person in front of you. If you take anything from this video, let it be this: listen to her, respect her, move with her, understand her body's pace, and create a space where she never has to hide her truth again. When you do that, everything changes, for both of you. If you found this video helpful, educational, or eye-opening, please take a moment to give it a thumbs up. And subscribe to our YouTube channel at InfoHub today to stay updated with more powerful health insights, relationship guides, and real conversations that matter. You can also check InfoHub Today Verified Store from the link beneath this video. Thank you so much for watching. Stay informed, stay connected, and always prioritize understanding, because that's where true intimacy begins.